Hey everybody, welcome to my YouTube channel. And what we have here today, I just received my Aisin timing belt kit for this 2005 Kia Sorento you see behind me here. And we're going to do an unboxing of it. Now what I've done is I went ahead and opened up the top lid of it here just for, it'd be easy to do it while the video's rolling. But what you're going to see is the kit as it comes straight in the box, the way you'll get it if you receive one. I hadn't even looked at it yet myself, so I'll be just as surprised as you are. And before we get started, if you like this video, if it helps you out a lot, hit that like button, share it if you want to. But biggest thing is subscribe to my channel and help me out a little bit. So here we go. Let's see. Come on up a little closer here. Got my order number here with the paperwork. Looks like it's wrapped pretty good. It's a box within a box. And let's make sure everything else is out of the way. It is. And well, here we go. Okay, you can come up close to it so they can get a good look at it here. And here's the timing belt. It looks a little bit standard. Well, it looks standard belt. It says on it, made in Thailand, but it's a Mitsubishi belt, which is standard equipment, I guess. And tensioner idler bearing. And I wanted to see if these are stamped or not. And VKD, whatever that means, and made in Korea on the back of it. I don't know if you can see that or not. Made in Korea. That has a good smooth action to it. It looks and feels pretty good. Now, let's see. Oh, it's great. It's got instructions here. If you have to read the instructions, you don't need to be doing this anyway, but just in case, it's got a nice set of instructions there, and actually is really nice to have, because it will show you the way the belt's supposed to be routed and so forth. But on the other hand, it does give you the torque on these bolts and stuff. That's a good thing, and it does show you how much play should be allowed on the belt. So that's not a bad set of instructions right there. And see if you can see it. It's got a nice diagram for the belt layout and everything. And then we got our gaskets. Let's see. The hydraulic tensioner. And that's what has failed on this vehicle, is this little bad boy right here. And it looks like it's quality made. In some of the other videos I've seen, Aisin actually had their name stamped on this piece. I don't see a name anywhere on this one, but it feels pretty solid. Got a nice solid feel to it. So let's move on to the old water pump, and this is the one that everybody, this, as you can look right here, their name is right on the water pump here. And it's not a polished, it's not a polished finish on it, but actually it's kind of rough. But I'm looking at this thing and I'm seeing lines and stuff in it, and I'm hoping they're not cracks in this water pump, actually. I think it's just a rough finish that's on these things. It's got a nice smooth bearing on it, no noise, feels really good. But made in Korea, the Aisin water pump here, and look, it's got the water jacket and everything on it. That looks and feels pretty doggone good, actually. And let's see what else. This should be the manual tensioner. Made in Korea, PHC, and it's got some kind of part number there. And I'm a little bit disappointed that these tensioners and pulleys, I'm gonna fly all over me here. These tensioners and pulleys don't have not stamped with a name. Mainly this hydraulic tensioner right here, because that's what failed on this car right here, was the hydraulic tensioner. And what was happening, because you have like the diagram shows, you have point it down here. You have your 4 cams here. You have a manual tensioner and your hydraulic tensioner. And what was happening was, because when you put these things in time on the compression stroke, these 2 cams right here have to be held in place either by a cam lock, or you can hold them by hand. But if you release them, these 2 cams they want to shoot clockwise. Because of being on the compression stroke. And what that tensioner, this hydraulic tensioner and manual tensioner does, it applies pressure on the belt right here to take up any slack. Well, what was happening with this thing, and we observed it after I'd taken the motor apart, put everything back in time, reset these tensioners and so forth, and let it set overnight. And as it set overnight, this hydraulic tensioner was losing its pressure and bleeding down, which allowed slack in the belt, which allowed these 2 cams to turn in that direction. And I was having a lot of slack come up in the belt right below the water pump here. And just to give you an idea of what we're dealing with, you can come over here and take a look down inside the let me get something and plug this light up so you can see down in that thing. Okay, come over here, hun, and look right. Can you see down in there good what I'm? All right. Here's the setup as it's on the vehicle. You can see what kind of slack I've got right here. And right now, as this motor's set, and it's setting here out of time right now, and the hydraulic tensioner right here was bleeding down, and it allowed slack to it allowed these 2, as it bled down, it allowed these 2 cams right here to rotate that way, and creating this slack right here. So before we put the new belt and everything on, I've got to go and get a new crank bolt, because these are one-time use bolts. Even if you've got the new crank bolt, the silver colored ones, they're one-time use. So do not reuse that crank bolt. You'll regret it if you do. And so I've got to go up and get that tomorrow, and we'll get everything set back in time and put the new timing kit on. If you'll come back over here, hon. All in all, the kit looks pretty good. The bearings feel good on it. The hydraulic tensioners look and feel pretty good. This manual, or excuse me, there's your manual tensioner right there. Everything feels pretty good. I was a little bit disappointed, like I said, that these was not OEM parts right here, but as I understand, these Aisin water pumps are pretty good. I don't think there's been a whole lot of trouble with them, and it feels good. All the bearings feel good. I don't feel any kind of motion or anything in there. It turns smoothly. The biggest complaint that I have is the rough texture on the outside of the pump. Now, anywhere where we have where our gaskets or seals are going to be, it's all pretty smooth. It looks like it's machined out pretty nice right there. But the outside texture of it, I was actually kind of looking at the pump, worried if the pump might have some cracks in it. That's how rough the outside texture of this pump is. But you know, I didn't buy it for the looks. I buy it for the way it operates. So I've heard that it's pretty good. Bearings feel good in it and everything. The hydraulic tensioner, everything looks and feels pretty good on it. So what I'll do tomorrow is I'm gonna put this kit on the car here, and we're gonna test it out. We'll do another video as I put it on, kind of give you a step-by-step instruction on what to do. And the biggest thing is, do not reuse the crank bolt on these things. They will back out. Even if it's the new crank bolt, you'll have problems with it. Probably about a year or so down the road, you'll start having problems with that thing. So it's only maybe a $9 part, and you have to go to around here. I couldn't find any in the auto parts store, so I have to go to the Kia dealership and get it. Like I say, it's only an $8 or $9 part, so it's worth just go ahead and spend the extra money, get you a new one, slap that bad boy on there when you go to torque everything down, and you should be good to go. Appreciate you guys watching the video. Like I said, if this video helps you out, like the video for me, share it, and subscribe to my channel. See y'all later. Thank you. Bye.